It is a realm of absolute stillness and unforgiving extremes. The Siberian Taiga commands respect from all who endure its deep freeze. But one shadow rules the timber. We have exactly 14 hours of daylight to track the largest cat on Earth. But in a forest this vast, will we find the phantom before the darkness claims the woods? Dawn breaks across the vast, unbroken boreal forest. This is the Siberian Taiga, a landscape of staggering proportions, defined by its brutality and its breathtaking beauty. Locked in a deep freeze beneath an overcast sky, this is a realm where survival is a daily triumph over the elements. The piercing chill of sub-zero temperatures demands extraordinary resilience. High above, within the sprawling coniferous canopy, a magnificent eagle owl surveys the sprawling expanse, the undisputed monarch of the night sky, preparing to yield to the coming day. Down below, the snowy forest floor is a labyrinth of heavy deadwood. A solitary sable navigates the icy bark of a fallen birch. Here, life must be constantly in motion or perfectly insulated to endure. As the morning light slowly diffuses through the freezing mist, the silence is profound. Yet, among the shadows, an immense presence stirs. A Eurasian lynx, a phantom of the taiga, steps delicately across the crusty snow. The morning chorus begins not with a crescendo of birdsong, but with the subtle, desperate sounds of foraging. A brown bear digs relentlessly through the icy earth. On the edge of the timberline, a pack of gray wolves materializes. Moving with synchronized purpose, they are an embodiment of the wild, untamed spirit of this frozen wilderness. By mid-morning, the diffused daylight reveals the sheer magnitude and the surprising biodiversity of this seemingly desolate realm. Across the vast expanse of a frozen, winding river, a delicate procession takes place. A small herd of ungulates, Siberian roe deer, step gingerly over the treacherous blue ice. They are driven by necessity, compelled to cross these exposed natural highways in search of sparse winter vegetation hidden deep beneath the heavy snowpack. Nearby, a hazel grouse pecks frantically at tiny frozen berries, a fleeting meal amidst the endless white. Deep within the cathedral of colossal ancient pines, the true master of this domain patrols its kingdom. The Amur Tiger, a creature of unmatched power, moves with a deliberate, heavy stride. Its immense paws act as natural snowshoes, and its vibrant orange coat is a shocking blaze against the desaturated earth tones. Unseen by the tiger, a red squirrel bounds through the frosty lower branches. High above, traversing the jagged, snow-covered rocky outcrops, the elusive Amur leopard makes an appearance. Moving with a fluidity that defies the rugged terrain. On an exposed, wind-battered ridge, a wolverine uses its incredibly powerful jaws to tear into frozen sustenance. As midday settles, a profound stillness envelops the forest. In this extreme climate, thermal regulation is just as crucial as the hunt. Unnecessary movement is a luxury no creature can afford. The massive brown bear lies completely immobile beneath a giant dead pine, its thick fur trapping its precious body heat. A solitary Eurasian lynx rests gracefully atop a fallen log, elegantly tucking its large, furry paws beneath its chest. High on the ridge, the gray wolves have curled into tight, heavily furred spheres, sleeping through the howling gale. Up in the canopy, the Amur leopard slumbers deeply. Down on the forest floor, red deer huddle closely together in a dense thicket, pooling their warmth. Above them, a capercaillie and a black grouse hunker down against the tree trunks. While an Amur falcon sits entirely still. The entire ecosystem enters a state of suspended animation. The forest holds its breath. A sudden silence in the canopy is the loudest alarm in the taiga. The apex is moving. By mid-afternoon, the flat daylight begins to fade into warm, muted tones. The dropping temperatures signal the approaching dusk, awakening the forest from its frozen standstill. The wolverine rises from its snowy bed, shaking the accumulated ice from its coarse coat before bounding heavily down the steep slopes. Beneath the giant dead pine, the massive brown bear pushes itself up, breaking the silence with a deep groan, and the loud crack of a frozen branch. Deep within a pristine snowy bowl, the Amur Tiger opens its golden eyes to the lengthening shadows. Engaging in vital territorial marking, it extends its formidable claws deep into the icy snow crust. As an apex predator, it is the cornerstone of the region's ecosystem dynamics, its presence alone driving a trophic cascade that keeps the balance of life in check across the vast woodlands. The tiger paces powerfully along the dark pine forest edge, a solitary force of nature preparing for the night. Nearby, the Eurasian Lynx prows low to the ground, every muscle coiled with lethal intent. On the frozen river, the gray wolves are on the move once more, tracking a fresh scent trail. A mountain hare remains perfectly motionless under a snowdrift. A wild boar roots nervously near the tree line, and a musk deer stands completely frozen. The tension is palpable. As twilight descends, painting the sky in dusty orange and deep blue, the urgency of survival reaches its peak. The alpha gray wolf throws its head back, unleashing a long, mournful howl. The pack joins, their voices blending into a haunting symphony that echoes across the frozen landscape. A sable sprints frantically across the open ice as the lynx stalks unseen along the banks. Finally, deep within the darkest part of the ancient pines, the Amur Tiger steps deliberately out of the pitch-black timber and into a snow-covered clearing. It surveys the sprawling landscape with unblinking intensity. Above, an eagle owl swoops silently through the dark canopy, beginning its nocturnal reign. The Siberian Taiga is fully consumed by the peaceful, freezing night, closing another chapter of beautiful, relentless survival. If you found yourself captivated by the quiet majesty of the taiga, subscribe to join us on our next journey into the wild. The taiga reclaims the Siberian night. But this freezing taiga is merely the edge of the world. Just across the jagged peaks lies a frozen desert, where a different, far more ancient predator wakes. Click here to step onto the ice, if you dare.